Hey everybody, Happy New Year, and welcome to the first in what will be a series of videos wherein I just give my personal opinion on various topics, mostly film and video related, but I'm not ruling anything out at this point. So we're going to get things started off with my personal opinion on Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I love Star Wars, but unlike a lot of people, it's not a religious thing for me. I wasn't foaming at the bit for a new Star Wars film. In fact, I kind of feel like the story had run its course, and I would have been perfectly happy with no more Star Wars films ever being made. So I went into it with pretty low expectations, and I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I was very unimpressed by the result. A lot of reviews have noted elsewhere that this movie basically follows beat by beat A New Hope, from the desert planet to the Dark Jedi, the stolen plans, or in this case a map to Luke Skywalker, a Death Star type of weapon, and a raid on the Death Star at the very end of it. It all just felt very, very familiar and unoriginal. And it's not like we haven't seen unoriginal films before, but for some reason in this one, in the moment, I couldn't help remarking on, wow, it really feels like I'm watching the original Star Wars, except that it's not the original Star Wars. It's Jakku instead of Tatooine. It's Kylo Ren instead of Darth Vader. If I didn't know that this was a fully licensed kind of Star Wars thing, it would have felt like a cheap knockoff. And that really took me out of the experience. Another thing that bothered me about this movie is that at the end of Return of the Jedi, the evil empire is destroyed and peace restored to the galaxy. And yet in this movie, we're basically back to the exact same situation that we were in at the beginning of A New Hope, where we have an evil empire. In this case, they're called the First Order, fighting against an underdog rebellion, which in this case is called the Resistance. And even the First Order has exactly the same stuff as the Empire. They've got stormtroopers and Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters, and they basically are the Empire. And I might be willing to buy that nobody has learned their lesson from the last 6 movies, and we're back to the same situation again, but I think the film really needs to explain this, and it doesn't. It just asks us all to accept it and assumes that we will because it's what we've all loved in the first movie. And I couldn't really get over that. Especially when you consider that there are characters in this movie who don't seem to believe that the events of the last few movies have taken place. So people don't believe in Luke and Leia and Han Solo. They don't believe in the Force. When all those things and those characters played such a pivotal role in the recent history, it's only 30 years later, I had a real problem kind of like engaging with the movie because of those things. I could probably go on, but you're probably tired of looking at my talking head by now, so I'll just sum up by saying that I feel like Star Wars The Force Awakens is the most mediocre Star Wars film possible. It's not bad, it's just mediocre. It plays on nostalgia in kind of a really bad way, and doesn't offer anything new or exciting. It's basically A New Hope with different characters swapped in and updated special effects. The prequels weren't necessarily great movies, but they did take some risks and try and show us a wider view of the Star Wars universe, and a lot of fans had a lot of backlash because they were so different than the original trilogy. And so maybe this rehash is really what they wanted. The box office certainly seems to bear that out. I can only hope that the films to come find a better balance between that nostalgia that the fans really want and something that's new and exciting and really a reason to go see these movies. But that's just my personal opinion. Thanks for watching.